Hello everyone, I am Uncle Joe, and we meet again. This time we will talk about clever calculation and quick calculation. Everyone knows that when studying mathematics, calculation is definitely very important. You might understand how to solve a problem, but if you make calculation mistakes and get the wrong answer, you will not get any points on the exam, which is not good, right? So how can we become better and more skilled at calculation? First of all, some students might think, great, Uncle Joe is teaching me clever and quick calculation, so I will have no problems with calculations from now on. No, that is not the case. Let me make this clear from the start. Although I will teach you clever and quick calculation, there will still be many situations where we have to calculate step by step. Not all situations can be solved with clever or quick calculation. So in Uncle Joe's class, I am just giving you a helping hand, telling you under what circumstances you can calculate faster and more accurately. For the situations I do not mention, you still have to calculate carefully, right? So do not assume that after this lesson, you will be invincible at calculation. You will not be invincible, but you can improve. That is for sure. So every time I talk about clever and quick calculation, everyone must understand that it does not mean after I finish, you will be great at all calculation problems. It just means that in certain situations we can calculate faster and more accurately. So in this lesson, we will introduce a few situations where you can calculate faster and more accurately. Okay, before we begin, I would like everyone to think back. When you usually practice calculations, what kind of expressions do you like the most? Or in other words, what kind of expressions do we find the simplest? You can think about it in your head. I will write a few for you, and you can see if you like them. Okay. See if you like them. For example, I believe everyone likes this type, like 10 plus 1. Do you like it? 11. You do not even have to think about it. It is just 11, right? And something like 10 plus 2. You see, I am about to write down the answer directly. Is something like 10 plus 2 an expression you like? The answer is 12. Before I even finish writing it, everyone has surely already calculated, and so on. For example, something like 10 plus 8. You all like this one too, right? This directly becomes 18. Subtraction works as well. For example, if I do 10 minus 8, that directly equals 2, right? This is very fast. Or even if I do something like 20 minus 8, what is that? This is also fast. It is 12. So we find that when we calculate with numbers that are multiples of 10, we are particularly good at it, right? This is actually a very important reference point, right? If in the future, in the many calculation problems we do, we can find some numbers that can make a multiple of 10, then would it not be faster? For example, let's look at a calculation 4 plus 9 plus 6. Especially when first practicing calculation, many students get very worried when they see this kind of addition of three numbers. You have to calculate twice, right? If I calculate in order, I first calculate 4 plus 9. What is 4 plus 9? This even requires carrying over. Often students will calculate it wrong. Of course, the correct answer is 13. And then calculating 13 plus 6. Your brain can hardly keep up, right? Those who get it right, write 19. But you also spent a long time calculating, right? So obviously with this method in this situation, if you calculate like that, you are making it difficult for yourself, right? You are making it difficult. How should you calculate it? Some students may have already gotten a feel for it. I suddenly discovered there is a 4 and a 6 here. Can I add the 4 and 6 together first? Why add 4 and 6 together first? Because it equals 10, right? It equals 10. Then you take 10 and add 9. Is that not instantly 19? So this way the problem can be calculated faster and more accurately. You will not calculate it wrong. Who would miscalculate 10 plus 9, right? You might miscalculate 4 plus 9, but you will surely not miscalculate 10 plus 9. Then some students might ask, can we add those two first? Of course you can. In theory, everyone should have learned this in school. If you have not, just think about the apple example. If you have 4 apples, and I give you 9 more, and then another 6, or if you have 4 apples and I first give you 6, and then give you 9, is not the number of apples in your hand the same? So it does not matter which one you add first, and which one you add later. No problem, right? Is that not how we defined addition back then? This is no problem, no problem. So we have discovered a small detail. If we can make a multiple of 10, when doing a calculation problem, we can calculate it faster. So in calculation we find that if we can make 10, we can calculate faster, right? Making multiples of 10. Well, since making 10 can make calculations faster, then I should quickly study which numbers add up to 10, right? If we figure out all the pairs that add up to 10, would not solving this type of problem be much faster? Just now when you did this problem, many students did not use this method, right? Because you did not see that 4 plus 6 equals 10, right? So come on, let's quickly find and write down all the numbers that can make a multiple of 10. Then in the future, once you have memorized them, will you not be faster at doing these things? Let's find them. Starting from the beginning, what pairs with 1? 1 plus 9 equals 10. No problem. Then what about 2? 2 plus 8 equals 10. And what about 3? 3 plus 7 equals 10. Correct. What about 4? 4 plus 6 equals 10. When I ask like this, everyone can surely recall it. Then what about 5? 5 plus 5 equals 10. And what about 6? 6 plus 4 equals 10. We already had that one. 4 and 6. And 6 and 4 are the same thing. So we will not write it again. 7 and 3, 8 and 2, are those not the same as 3 and 7? And 2 and 8 are 9 and 1 good friend. They are mutual good friends. We are good friends. You are my good friend, and I am your good friend. The reverse order does not need to be repeated. Okay, so in fact, there are these 5 pairs of good friends, which means from today on, whether you knew it before or not, we need to build a good relationship with these 5 pairs of good friends. We need to get familiar with them. You know, if we are also good friends with them, then when we are solving problems, you will benefit, you will become more skilled.
Whenever we see these good friend numbers, we should add them together first. Add them together first to make 10, right? Then when we use 10 to add to another number, you see, will it not be simpler? Including when you use 10 to subtract another number, it will also be simpler. Is that the logic? No problem, right? So when we look back at this, yes, everyone should have no problem now. Take a look. 4 plus 6 equals 10. 10 plus 9 equals 19. So it is faster. So next we have our first small task. Look at this page. Regardless of whether you are familiar with them or not, pause for 1 minute and concentrate on getting familiar with these 5 pairs of numbers. Let them become our good friends. What does that mean? As long as I am doing an expression problem, if these guys are in it, we can immediately see who is good friends with whom, and I can add them together to get 10. Then in the future, when you do all the problems that can use this simple algorithm, you will definitely be fast. 1 minute. 1 minute is enough. You just press pause yourself, and then quickly memorize, right? After you have become familiar with them, we will resume. And when you resume, it is time to do exercises, right? Now that you are familiar with them, do you not want to give it a try? We will see if our calculations are faster from now on, right? Do you not want to give it a try? Have you looked at this page? Press pause again, right? You are making us press pause this whole lesson. Yes, press pause, press pause. Now write it down yourself, and you can look at the time while you are writing, see how long it takes you. I predict that everyone will definitely finish these 6 problems within 30 seconds to 1 minute. Those who are fast might even finish in 10 or 20 something seconds. Come on, let's try. Okay, even those who are slow will be done in 2 minutes. Okay, let's assume you have resumed from the pause now. Now if you have resumed, listen to what I am saying. You must have finished writing. Do not come back if you have not finished. What are you coming back for if you have not finished, right? If you have not finished, go and write. After you have finished, come back and we will see if everyone has learned it, if you got it right, and how long it took. Let's take a look together. The first one, yes, 1 plus 8 plus 9. This is good. I recognize 1 and 9. These two are good buddies, making 10, right? The two of them add up to 10. Then add the 8, which is 18. You can do this kind of thing with mental arithmetic, right? Direct mental arithmetic. Do not worry that it is 3 numbers added together. Then look at this one. 3 plus 9 plus 7. It is the same. 3 and 7 are good buddies. So those good buddies make 10. Plus 9 is 19. How can you calculate this wrong? If you first calculate 3 plus 9, of course you might make a mistake. But if you calculate 10 plus 9, how can you possibly make a mistake? Right. So it gets faster and faster, right? then 6 plus 5 plus 4, again 6 and 4. Good friends, good buddies, these two together make 10, plus 5 is 15, right? Then the next one, 6 plus 5 plus 5, this time the good buddies are next to each other. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus that 6 is 16, then 8 plus 10 plus 2. Some might say 10 plus 8 is already easy to calculate, but wait, even though 10 plus 8 is easy, when you add 2 it becomes less easy. With these good buddies we can directly add the good buddies. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Then 10 plus 10, is that easy to calculate? 10 plus 10 is 20, right? This is even easier to calculate. There is no fastest, only faster, right? Your Olympic spirit, higher, faster, stronger. The last one, 7 plus 5 plus 3. Quickly, 7 and 3. Good buddies, this thing is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. So we have finished the first set. Everyone should also understand this first type. If we are doing this kind of continuous addition with small expressions, sometimes the teacher who sets the problem will deliberately separate the two good buddies to make it harder for you to find them, right? To make it hard for you to find, making you calculate 4 plus 9 first, then you have fallen into the trap. So we know that if in a continuous addition expression, these good friend numbers appear, 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5, we should add them together first to make a 10. Then whether you add something to 10 or subtract something from 10, we are happy, it is easy to write, right? Then this matter is solved. Okay, this matter is solved. After solving that, let's see if there are any other situations. Is it only this one situation? What if I do not encounter it when solving problems? Let me introduce two more situations. For example, this one, the numbers are bigger, do you see? 15 plus 6 minus 5. Some students might say, I will do it in order. If you do it in order, I am telling you it is not easy to calculate. 15 plus 6 requires carrying over. After you calculate it, it should be 21. Many students may not have done much addition and subtraction with numbers above 20 yet, right? It equals 21. Then for 21 minus 5, you have to borrow. We used to call it borrowing, now you call it regrouping. It all means the same thing. Then you have to regroup or borrow, and then subtract. Is this not even harder to calculate? So let's observe. What are the characteristics of this situation? Some students have already observed it, right? So mathematics really emphasizes the ability to observe, right? Because when you get a problem, you look at it. That 1 second of looking is not for nothing, right? We discovered that I can first subtract 5, 15 minus 5 equals 10, then add the 6 which makes 16. How good is that? Otherwise you have 15 plus 6 which is 21, then minus 5, you have to regroup, have to borrow. How troublesome is that, right? So this way is faster. Then some other students might ask, can you subtract first? Is it not the same? Think about the apple example. You have 15 apples, I first give you 6, then I take away 5, versus you have 15 apples, I first take away 5, then I give you 6. Is the number of apples in your hand the same? Right. So there is nothing to worry about with this. No problem. Right. No problem. Once you think about apples, you will fully understand this addition and subtraction. If there is something you cannot figure out, just think about apples, you will be able to figure it out. Okay.
The second expression. This is also simple. We now know how to handle this situation. For 19 plus 6, you must not do 19 plus 6 first. You should first do 19 minus 9. That directly gives you 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. How fast is that, right? So we have also seen the second situation. It does not necessarily have to be the appearance of these good friend numbers that add up to 10. If there is this kind of subtraction that results in 10, like 15 minus 5, 16 minus 6, 17 minus 7, or 12 minus 2, then even if they are separated, we can calculate it first, and then do the addition. This is also a faster and more accurate way of calculating. Are you ready to practice? Let me give you some. Practice by yourselves. Talking without practicing is useless. Press pause and calculate quickly. The faster the better. Of course, it also has to be accurate. You cannot just aim for speed and get everything wrong. That is not okay. Okay, now let's assume you have resumed. When you resume, let's see if all these are correct. Let's compete to see who calculates more cleverly. It will definitely be us who calculate more cleverly. Your desk mate is definitely not as good as you now. Come on, 14 plus 7 minus 4, do not even think about it. I definitely will not add the 7 first. We are smarter now. I will first subtract 4, that makes 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. This is getting faster and faster. 12 plus 9 minus 2. I definitely will not add 9 first. I have to subtract 2 first. Because 12 minus 2 makes 10. 10 plus 9 is 19. It is fast, accurate, and not bad, right? How can you miscalculate 10 plus 9? That is directly 19, right? Okay, again, faster and faster. 17 plus 2 minus 7. Do not add 2 first. Subtract 7 first.
Subtracting 7 makes 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 18 plus 5 minus 8. Do not add 5 first. Subtract 8 first. 18 minus 8 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. 19 plus 6 minus 9. Do not add 6 first. Subtract 9 first. 19 minus 9 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 7 minus 6. Do not add 7 first. Subtract 6 first. 16 minus 6 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. Second situation. All done, no problem. In fact, the core is still those two words. Remember them for me. No, not for me. Remember them for yourself. You are learning mathematics for yourself, not for me. Do not remember it for me. I do not need you to remember it. In other words, it is up to you whether you remember it or not. After you have remembered it, you will calculate problems faster yourself. Are you willing to remember it? What do you say? Remember, make 10. Make 10. Then everyone should also be proficient with these good friend numbers, right? It is still the same thing. We have to become good buddies with them. If you are not good buddies with them, then when you meet them you do not even recognize them, you are not familiar with them, then you will not be able to calculate fast, right? So if we are familiar with them, we can calculate faster, right? Yes, we have also learned the second situation. It is okay if subtraction can first produce a 10, and it is also okay if addition can first produce a 10. So what other situations are there? For example, this time we encounter this type of problem. 17 minus 8 plus 3. Anyway, I am telling you, doing it in order is definitely not easy. For 17 minus 8 you have to regroup, also called borrowing, which equals 9. Then for 9 plus 3 you have to carry over, then we can get 12. Of course, some students cannot calculate as fast as me, that is okay. Anyway, if you calculate like this, even if you are a little faster, you are definitely at a disadvantage. You are definitely at a disadvantage. So how should we calculate this type of problem? It is the same. Some students have discovered it. Uncle Jew, I remember that 7 and 3 are good buddies, but this is 17, so are 17 and 3 good buddies? You guessed it, 17 and 3, that makes 20, right? 20 is also a multiple of 10, so is 20 minus 8, which is 12, also easy to calculate. So as long as we make a multiple of 10, it becomes easier to calculate. Has everyone discovered this? Because the calculation system we are using now is called the decimal system. We are studying these calculation problems under the decimal system. So remember, if you can make a multiple of 10, whether it is 10, 20, or 30, it will essentially greatly improve our calculation speed and accuracy. So everyone knows how to do the second type of problem now, right? For 12 minus 5 plus 8, we definitely will not subtract 5 first, because 2 and 8 are good buddies. The 2 and 12 and the 8 are good buddies. You are wearing a vest, but I still recognize you. But if you have not heard of it, just pretend I did not say it. 12 plus 8, is that not 20? Whether it is 10 or 20, they are all good buddies. 20 minus 5 is directly 15, still fast and accurate, no problem, right? No problem, we can move on from this one, right? Next, everyone can practice directly. So in the future, let's not be stubborn. Do not insist on only making 10. Making 20 is also good, including in the future when we do addition and subtraction above 20, making 30, 40, or 100 are all okay. They can all simplify the calculation, right? As long as it is a multiple of 10, it is definitely easier to calculate. Come on, pause right quickly. See if you are faster this time. Okay, all right, I will not dawdle. Let's assume you have resumed from the pause.
Let's see how long everyone took, and if they did it correctly, both fast and accurately. Then let's take a look together. 12 minus 3 plus 8. I definitely will not subtract 3 first. If I subtract 3 first, I have to borrow, have to regroup. What if I borrow wrong or regroup wrong? Should I just directly add the 8? Although it does not make 10, 2 and 8 are good buddies. It does not make 10, it makes 20. 20 is also fine. 20 minus 3 is 17, right? Similarly, the second one, 16 minus 8 plus 4, I definitely will not subtract 8 first. I will first add 4. 6 and 4 are good friends, so the relationship between 16 and 4 is not bad either. 20 minus 8 is 12, right? How fast is that? Faster and faster. 12 minus 5 plus 8. I definitely will not subtract 5 first. I will first add 8. 2 and 8 are good friends. The relationship between 12 and 8 is not bad either. The two of them make 20. 20 minus 5 is 15. Then by the same logic, 7 and 3 are good friends. The relationship between 17 and 3 is not bad either. The two buddies add up to 20. 20 minus 8 is 12, right? This is getting faster and faster. 2 and 8 are good friends. 12 plus 8 is 20.
20 minus 7 is 13. 4 and 6 are good friends. 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 minus 5 equals 15. 15. Why did I write a minus sign? I got excited. 15 all done. Okay. To summarize, it does not have to be making 20. Let's change this note a bit. Change it. Because we are dealing with a decimal system, so it does not have to be making 10. We just need to make a multiple of 10. It does not have to be 10. 20 is also fine. When we do addition and subtraction with numbers over 20, 30 is fine, 40 is fine, 80 is fine, 100 is fine. As long as it is a multiple of 10, it is easy to calculate. So those are some of the situations and methods for quick and clever calculation that I taught you in this lesson. Of course, there are a few things I need to remind you of. Some students might say that after learning this, I will be invincible in all calculations. No, it is still the same thing. We are just saying that when we encounter these situations, we can be faster and more accurate. If you do not encounter them, you have to calculate honestly. We have to ensure that we can be both fast and accurate in any situation. Only then can we learn mathematics well. So the significance of teaching you quick and clever calculation is to help us improve efficiency, save time, and increase accuracy in some situations. But it does not mean you should get carried away with it. That is not right, is it? For every problem I see, I have to study how to calculate it quickly and cleverly. Do not be like that. It is not necessary. If there is a way, we use it. If not, I will just calculate it normally, right? It is a win-win situation, right? Otherwise, say I encounter a problem that cannot be calculated cleverly, but I insist on finding a clever way to calculate it here. Are you not wasting time? The time you spend looking for a clever method, could you not have already finished calculating it? Our ultimate goal is called calculation, fast and accurate. It is still the same thing. If there is a clever way, use it. If there is no clever way, do not use it, right? Finally, let me nag a little more. In fact, in our learning process today, maybe you did not realize it, but we actually used a very important mathematical way of thinking. What is it called? It is called transformation. Actually, it is called the idea of reduction. Of course, when we are just starting to learn mathematics, we will not learn such complicated words first, just transformation. We will find that when learning mathematics and solving mathematical problems, transformation is a very important operation, an important line of thought. Look, why were we able to think of this today? Because we know that numbers that are multiples of 10, whether adding or subtracting, are easier to calculate. Because we know this, so when we encounter things that are not easy to calculate, what do? We will think, if you want to calculate quickly and accurately, then we will think about whether we can transform it into something easier to calculate, a number, in fact. Although today we learned the techniques of clever and quick calculation, I hope that this idea of transformation can plant a seed in everyone's brain first. You plant it yourself. We will often use the idea of transformation in the future. You will find that later when we learn some difficult problems, if you have this idea of transformation, with a transformation, you can turn it into a particularly simple problem. Then we can solve this problem. This is what we mean when we say that learning mathematics can make everyone smarter. Then this matter of transformation is a very important idea in mathematics that makes you smarter. So I hope that in this lesson, on the premise that we can calculate faster and more accurately in certain situations, we still have an idea of transformation, a sprout in our brains. Later when we mention this again, let's see if everyone still remembers it, okay? That is all for today's content. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.